Hello guys, welcome to another mindset call, another video for the week. This topic that I want to discuss today is called the psychology behind chasing money. Now, I thought it'd be really good just to clarify this again, because I think as we start in the new month, with new targets, new goals, to always acknowledge what is happening whilst we are trading and if things go the opposite way that we'd like. And it's important to know where you are trading from, where is the drive coming from and why. Yeah, so then you know that for future reference, when you are stuck in certain habits, certain thinking processes, that you understand the game, you understand why you're there and how you can maneuver forward out of this psychology that's kind of keeping you stuck, stagnant and in low vibration. So let's just start off with how our thoughts lead to emotion. Okay, so have you ever been in a position where you're just out, you're doing your food shop, or you're shopping with some friends, and all of a sudden you might just start feeling like you're in a really bad mood, or you get angry for no reason, and your behavior starts to change slightly because of that. You might take it out on the person that you're with, or even you start getting anxious. And we've all probably been there where we've just been like, I'm so anxious, I don't know why, I don't know what's going on. Now, the side of our brain that we are unaware of in a day-to-day is called the subconscious mind. Okay, so the part of the brain that we're not aware of, that is absorbing all the information that is around us, and it's creating let's say loads of thoughts, loads of feelings, all in a place that we aren't aware of at all. Now, when we have those emotions, so you're out shopping and you've just got anxious for no reason, your subconscious, what's happening is that your subconscious has thought about something and it's led you to feel the way that you felt. But because you are unaware of it, you only get the emotion side of things. At a time that you might be aware and conscious about a process like this between thought and emotion would be, let's say, as I've written here, let's say you hear somebody that has said something about you, like a negative opinion, and your brain processes what you have heard via the thought, which then leads you to feel some type of way. And it makes you feel like you want to react or respond back. Yeah, so that's a conscious version of it, is that someone said something, you know what they've said, you didn't like it, it's made you feel a certain way because your brain has now processed that situation as a thought, and it's going to cause you to react. Let me just go back onto the beginning bit that I've written there. When you set an intention by thinking something that you want, yeah, your mind creates an emotion that is then felt in your body, which leads to an action. So first you have your thought. The thought creates the emotion, whether it's a positive thought or a negative, it leads to some kind of emotion. You feel it in your body. You might get upset, you might get very excited, whatever it is. And then it leads you to create an action. So going back onto the example that I gave about someone saying something about you, if they were with you right there, you might decide that you're going to respond, in a defense mechanism. You might tell them you didn't like what you've heard, or you might accept it, whatever it is, it causes you to have an action after the emotion. Now, the action is not always positive and can lead to consequences if there is no self-control. Now, how do we link this back to trading? So let's say if, for example, you know that tomorrow up until Thursday, you know that you're not going to be able to trade because you're really busy, you've got back-to-back meetings, maybe your family needs you more. And you decide that obviously today is the day you have to get most of your trades, you have to reach your targets, majority of them by the end of today. Now, if that thought process then causes you to feel that desperation or feel like, crap, I've really got to get this done today, now you're under pressure, the action may not always be positive because, as we know today, the market's been quite slow. It's bank holiday, so we're not really going to achieve much. We can possibly, find the best entry model, But overall, you might not feel like you're going to get the best strategies, patterns hitting, or your alerts going off faster than usual. And it's, you're in a place where you feel like, okay, that's not happening, but I need to chase this money. I need to get my targets today. So those thoughts, those emotions, and that action of you taking trades not on the best day can lead to consequences. So if you don't have self-control and actually think, hold on, the market's not that great today, so what if I can't trade for the next few days and I can't reach my target today? It's fine. It's totally fine. That kind of self-control and discipline is what you need in a position like that. Otherwise, it will lead to consequences. For example, trades not going the right way. Yeah, losing money, and then getting stressed about it, and then possibly sabotaging yourself because you knew you shouldn't have done that. It's a big common habit that we have, guys. So our emotion, after our emotions, that we feel them, it leads to an action. So if you have a negative emotion that leads to a negative action, or a low vibrational emotion that leads to a low vibrational action, it's because your ego is now taken over. So your ego, the biggest bully of all time, it will sabotage the action and do things possibly that you didn't want to do. For example, take those trades on days that are more risky, like a bank holiday. Now, your ego lies between the emotion and action. It's really important that you know this, because a lot of people will feel the emotion, do the action, whether they regret it or not after, they always think it's them. They are the reason why all of that sabotage and destruction happened. And it's not you at all. It's the ego. Now, let me just break this down for you guys, okay? I know I've said this so many times. I'm going to say it as if I've never said it before. Your ego is your subconscious mind performing a false perception of you. So say it again. Your ego is your subconscious mind. So it's the mind that we're unaware of on a day-to-day, performing a false perception of you. So the habits that you incur in that action, it's not you, it's your ego. And remember, your ego is made up of your habits, your fears, your insecurities, and low vibrational attributes to your character. Again, it's not you, it's things that are accumulated over time by what we see, what we feel, what we hear, and it's stored in our subconscious mind. And they are majority limiting beliefs that we didn't even create ourselves. It was our environment that made us feel or think that way, things that have happened to us that we've experienced, and now that we've stored them as trauma. And it lingers deeply in the part of your mind that you're not aware of on a day-to-day. So in your subconscious mind, that is all the ego is. And the ego is very powerful, because I think what we don't realize is low vibration is very powerful. It might make us not reach our targets, but it definitely will destruct them. It will destroy, it will delay, it will do everything to sabotage your plans, your desires, your goals. So it's very, very important you are aware of this transition, that within the negative emotion, if it leads to a negative action, it is your ego. It's the false side of you. It's the false perception of you that's made up of your habits, fears, and insecurities. Really important for you guys to remember that. Now, kind of what I've already said. So your thought, let's say your thought is, I need money too. So we're all here wanting money, okay? Doesn't matter how much we want. We are here because we want to change our lives. We want that access to things that we may not have been able to get in the lives that we currently have. We want some freedom. We want, a better, what's it called? I forgot the name now. Retirement. We want to travel more, whatever it is, provide for your family. I need money too. Now imagine that is your start. That's your base of your thought. Now, if that comes from a desperation, a place of, let's say you're in a financial situation that you feel like if you can't get it sorted now, it's going to lead to more problems. You're essentially going to start chasing the market. So you're running after the market to provide you with, an abundance of money that will change the game in your reality. Now, if you're driven by this chase, what you're essentially doing is becoming desperate. You're also showing the universe, you're showing to yourself that you lack money. I'll explain this better in a second. And you end up in fight or flight mode. So starting to now work from a survival mode, and everything's running, faster, quicker. You're not really engaged, you're not really concentrated anymore. And before you know it, you've blown your account. Before you know it, you've made too many losses, and now you're disappointed and angry at yourself and pissed off. Now, I just wrote the whole lack thing because when you're manifesting or when you're visualizing your future, you have to be grateful for already having it, okay? You need to show the world that you already have everything that you want, that you need, and that everything else is abundant and you're welcome to it. You're accepting for what's to come. Because if we are manifesting from a place of, I need this and I need that now because this will happen and da-da-da-da, you're actually telling the universe that you don't have it and you're not grateful for being able to have it in the future. And so it will give you more low vibration. So if you're coming from an emotion of low vibration, like I said, you will attract low vibrational actions and lower vibrational things coming your way. And that comes from a place of lack. We need to feel fulfilled, guys, not lack, not in desperation, not coming from our survival modes. Again, they are all low vibrational frequencies, and we just don't need it in the place of trading. So, as I've said, chasing, all it will do is increase the ego, will make the ego bigger. It will make your actions become more sabotaging. And next thing you know, your vibration is stagnant, is low, and you're just in a mess. Okay, I'm pretty sure most of us have felt like that before, and sometimes we don't even know why. It just happens. But remember, guys, it's your subconscious that's in the background that's working with all of this and kind of messing with us. So what do we need to do instead, right? So we need to aim to acquire skill set. That's the name of the game. We want to acquire skills to be able to execute the market in the best way possible, whether it's a profit or a loss, that we are doing it from a place of learning and growth. Yeah. And if you are in that mindset, you'll only start to attract higher vibrational frequencies, higher vibrational things coming your way. And that will then set upon having a drive for change in your life, new habits, more patience, improvement. You'll start to see gradual success in small dosages, and then all of a sudden it will just come knocking on your door, massive amounts of success and abundance, including internal and external growth. Yeah, so when we acquire a new skill, when we're learning something new, we're also changing the dynamic of how we run in that reality. We're becoming better versions of ourselves. We're developing and we're growing. And all of that brings us to a better place with our trading, because essentially you're now looking and focusing more on the executions and having your analysis to a T with the best mindset, rather than you coming from a place of low vibration and feeling like you don't know what you're doing, you're worried, you're scared, and placing loads of trades that aren't really, going the right way. So super important that we're focusing on a skill set. You've come here not just to gain money. You've got to remember, it doesn't just come falling out of the sky. You need to learn and understand the market and practice the visual skills, practice your analysis, practice patience, practice your well-being and putting that first every single morning before you trade. And practice, saying no to the market as well. Like, the market might be looking at you and going, hey, come and place a trade over here. I've got £200 for you. But, that temptation is just from low vibration, and you need to learn how to go, no, I will wait for when the right entry is coming to me, when the setup is confident and that I'm confident in what I'm doing, and then I'll place the trade, okay? Because the market can tempt you at all times, especially when you're operating from a place of low vibration, when you're not in the best place. That's why I've started doing this self-check-ins in the mornings with you guys, because I need you to know for yourself where you're at, how you're feeling, and what your mood is like, because all of those little things can make a massive impact whilst we're trading. So lastly, I just want to read this out to you guys. When you try to control time and outcome, you ultimately slow down time in your reality and pressurize yourself even more to achieve long-term success. So when you try to do something and it's not going the right way, you're essentially just delaying the process of what is supposed to go in the right way, what is supposed to go naturally, because most of the time we don't know what's natural. We just do what we feel like we need to do because we're always trying to be in control. Control, again, is coming from your ego. It is not a natural truth of yours. It's just pure base ego. So when you try to control time and you're trying to control what's going to happen at the end of that outcome, at the end of your targets or whatever it is, you are just pressurizing yourself and getting further and further away from where you need to be, where you want to be. When you appreciate your reality, you detach from your outcome. So when you focus on the moment, on the present moment, and fulfill your time with all the goodness, all the joyful things, you actually detach from the outcome. You forget about what's coming because you no longer care. And you fulfill the present moments with more substance that brings you closer and faster to your desires. So you're spending so much more time focusing on the now, making sure that you are well, the people around you are well, that you are healthy, you are safe, you are happy, you're executing your trades, you're focusing on practicing your technical analysis, anything that leads you to successful and consistent wins, and it brings you closer and faster to your desires. So little by little, you make massive improvements. Yeah, trying to do everything all in one go is only going to delay you because you're trying to control what's happening. So let go and just enjoy and stop chasing the market. The market will come to you, and when you are ready, you will execute. End of story. Okay, drill that into your brain, guys. Write it down on a piece of paper. Remember my voice. And if you guys have any questions about today's topic, please pop any questions in the community chat or send me a personal message, and we'll go over anything you wish to. Okay, have a wonderful evening and have a good week trading, and we will catch up. Bye bye, guys. Thank you.